Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you had a fantastic week and are having a wonderful weekend. In this video, I'm going to cover everything that happened on Friday and how the different picks did on the business day of Friday. I'm also going to do the weekly review, which I like to do, which covers all of the insider picks and all the picks that were in the top 7 for the last week, and then gives a win rate and an average gain per pick. And then I'm going to give you a new top 7 plus 3 for Monday. Okay, so let's start with Friday. So on Friday, if you were following the top 7 and you watched the Friday video and you had all those stocks equally, then throughout the day, you would have had a 2.95% gain, or should have been really close. If you were a member of our basic group and you got in earlier than that, you did at least that well and maybe better. My personal gain on Friday was an 8.68% return. That is very, very good for me. So an 8.68% gain. And we had members in our standard group. Believe it or not, one of the members had an 18.11% gain. It just shows you how powerful those picks can be, and then how powerful options trading can be if you know what you're doing and you've had experience doing that. Even day trading. So there's lots of great strategies in there every day. And so if you are wanting to be a part of that, check it out in the description down below. We have a link. All right, month to date, if you are following the top 7, then you should be really close to a 5.29% gain so far this month. Pretty good just starting out. I mean, what do we have? 4 business days and up 5.29, so that's pretty good. Year to date, I am personally at, and I can't even believe it, but I am personally at a 1,028% return for the year. That is way above what I thought I would ever do, and so excited about that and looking forward to continuing to do well till the end of the year and have a great 2021. Okay, so let's talk about the day trades that were done in the standard room. Started off, the 2 stocks that I locked onto in the morning were PPSI and ICON. Both of those had a lot of movement to them. They had the news that you look for in them and had lots of volume for pre-market. Although I didn't have the best of time, I did really well with PPSI, but I did not do well with ICON. So I finished with a 4.7% loss in my day trading. And I use less than 10% of my portfolio to day trade. I don't ever recommend using more than that, because you can blow up your account. Of course, you can make huge gains, and I hear you, but that's just the safe person in me. Once you get a certain amount of money, you're really not only looking to invest, but you're looking to make sure that you hold on to your gains for the year. So the trade of the day was definitely CONN in the standard room, and the thing that was so great about that is that it was an options play, and man, it was huge. I sold that for a 117% gain. Loving that. I still have half of it. I'm letting the other half ride, but I'm expecting CONN to do very, very well going into next week. All right, let's get to the review. This is the review of all the insider picks and all the stocks that have been called out this week on this channel and have been part of the top 7. So let's go through it. The first one is RAPT. I sold it for a 27.8% gain. Next is BKYI, sold for a 2.7% loss. GTHX sold for a 48.55% gain. PTVE sold for a 7.03% gain. UONEK sold for a 5.3% loss. CASI sold for a 17.33% loss, so that was not a great pick. LAZY sold for a 0.42% gain. COTY sold for a 4.56% gain. MRVI sold for a 2.44% loss. BIIB sold for a 1.4% loss. COTY again, bought it back again for a quick swing and sold for a 2.1% gain. So we had 11 total picks. Out of those, we had 6 winners and 5 losers. My average and the average of this list for the entire year is right at a 70% win rate. So that 54.5% is definitely below normal. The average return per pick is right around 3%. And this week we were way above normal on that. And the average gain per pick of all those 11 picks was a 5.57% gain for the week. So that's really very good in my opinion, and looking forward to doing well going forward. Let's get to the top 7 and others, because we have a lot of stocks actually on this list. So it's the top 7 plus 3. The first one is CLSD. This is Clearside Biometrics. On Friday, this finished down 0.93%. My average in it is $2.11. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 0.9 0.95%. And 10% owner Bradford Whitmore purchased shares at $1.95 a share. It was a very bullish transaction. The other thing I liked about it is the high analyst target, and the average analyst target on this stock is $5.80. So that is a lot of upside, more than 100% upside, almost 200% upside. So that's very, very good. And so I'm looking for that one to do well this next week. All right, the next is FL, and this one could have been much higher on the list, and I'll explain why here in just a moment. On Friday, this finished up 2.03%. My average in it is $39.44. And since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 4.72%. So it's doing very well. Daniel Kredinsky bought $37 million worth of shares at $38.28. Analysts have an average target on the stock of $52 a share, which is very bullish. And so I like that also. And the other thing I like is that, well, Daniel Kredinsky was not done, went back and bought more shares late Friday. So this happened really, really late on Friday. So that resets the clock for me. So this one should have been upwards, up towards the list. I'd already written the list for the day, but I think that Foot Locker is going to do fantastic going into next week. Really looks good. All right, the next is Anthonyx, ATNX. And on Friday, this finished up 2.28%. My average in it's $13.42. Since calling this one out, it is down 3.13%. So it's down a little bit, but it is improving. And there's lots of catalysts coming up on this. So not only insider activity over the last couple of months, because there's been a lot of small insider purchases over the last 2 months on this. But they also have phase 2 data coming up December 9th. And so looking forward to that and looking forward to good news being on there. There's got to be some reason behind all the insider activity. Also, they have a PDUFA date coming up at the end of the month, and stocks really run up all the way up to their PDUFA run up. And so I like that strategy a lot, and I'm expecting Anthonyx to do very well for the rest of the month of December. So this one's going to be on the list a little while. Average analyst target on this is $27.41. And so I'm really expecting this one to do very well. That's over 100% upside. So I like that. All right, number 7. Number 7 is CHMA, and this is Chiasma, and this could have been way up on the list also. Lots of good stuff going up on this, but on Friday it finished up 4.08%, so it's doing very well for us. And my average in it's $4.33. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 5.76% over the last couple of days. David Stock, director, bought shares, $106,000 in open market at $4.27 a share, and I also really like the high analyst target on this too. Average analyst target on this is $13.80, and I don't think it's anywhere near where it's supposed to be. This is highly undervalued in my opinion, and that is what the insider was thinking also, so this is a good hold. I like this stock. I like CHMA very, very much. Number 6 is BKH. This is Black Hills, and on Friday this finished up 1.04%. My average in it's $59.98, and since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 0.70%. Kathleen McAllister bought $123,000 worth at $61.86. We are in much lower than she is, and so you still have an opportunity to get in. Analyst average target price on this is $72.13, so there is some upside here too, over 20%. And so I'm thinking that Black Hills is one that'll do well this next week for sure. All right, number 5 is RAVE, R-A-V-E, and this is RAVE Restaurants. With vaccine hopes and all, this is one that should really do a lot better once we start really getting going. This has been really beaten down, so this is fantastic value where it's at. But on Friday, it did have a rough day. This one finished down 5.30%. My average in it's $1.02 since calling this out in our Discord. Unfortunately, this one has not done well yet, but the insider activity and other things going on with it, I think will propel this forward. But since calling this out is down 7.21%. David Fenley, Senior VP of Finance, and no one's going to know the financial situation of their company better than the Senior VP of Finance, bought shares. It was a very bullish transaction. It was a large transaction too. So I am expecting good things out of RAVE. I don't think that the VP of Finance of RAVE Restaurants would buy shares and know the stock is going to tank. So that's typically not what happens with insiders. Insiders are always the news before the news. And so I'm expecting something good to happen. And I think RAVE will do well. Now, if it goes on and it does not turn around and we don't get the proper price action on it, I will sell it at a loss. And that is something that happens. You know, this win rate of this strategy is only 70%, but that is still very, very good if you really think about it. And you play the averages, that's how you invest. I'm expecting RAVE to do well. Number 4 is HCHC. So this is HC2 Holdings. On Friday, this finished down 0.86%, and this one is brand new to the list. So I got really excited when I saw the insider activity on this. And I admit, and I try not to ever have this happen, but I got excited. I paid too much. I paid too much in this stock. I got it for $3.66. There are many people in our group who have it for higher than that. We all got excited, and the insider activity was so bullish that I expected it to go up. But I think there was a lot of bag holders on this, and so when they saw the stock price up so much, it was like sell, 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 and then it became a sell party, and then a bunch of stop losses triggered. Anyway, since calling this one out, it is down 8.20%, but I think it will turn around. It's going to do very well. There has to be a reason. Avram Glasnier bought $9 million worth with his own money. Pretty bullish. Huge buys 3 days in a row. Analysts have an average target price on HCHC at $8.50. So it was a really terrific value on Friday, but it's still a great buy, and I think it's one you should load up on because I do think it's going to do very well. I'm not worried about being down 8% in a stock, but that's just me. I know that these stocks over time do very well eventually. All right, number 3 is KRMD, and I love this stock. It's really doing well. Repro Med Systems, and on Friday, this finished up another 6.65%. My average in it's $4.90, and since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 16.21%, and I think it's just getting started. John Fletcher, director, bought shares 2 different days, and the CFO loaded up shares. So I love to see multiple officers buy shares in open market. Analysts have an average target on KRMD at $10.20. So there is still plenty of upside. Number 2 is ELYS. ELYS Gaming, ELYS. And this stock has done fantastic. And on Friday, this finished up another 17.44%. My average in it's $2.28. And I really hope all of you got in on this when I first called it out. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 46.93%. This has just been a really great runner, and I knew this one would do well. When the CEO bought shares, it looked very good, but then they had a fantastic earnings report. And the CEO bought shares right before earnings, and so that was just kind of what happened. But more shares were purchased early on Friday morning, and so at $2.91, and the purchase was larger than the purchase from before. So the CEO is super bullish on this stock, and you should be too. It tells me that there's more room for this to run, and that we're going to be talking about this stock quite some time. Analysts have an average target of 536, so there's still just so much to go. All right, number one on the list is a brand new insider. So this one just happened towards the end of day on Friday, and this is GOGO. This is GOGO. And on Friday, this finished up 0.30%, but when the insider activity happened, this stock was down over 1%. So it shows you how powerful insider activity can be. This one's brand new to the list. My average in it's $10.04. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 1.01%. A lot of us were able to get in, and then, some people bought call options on this because we are very bullish on it based upon this stock now has insider activity. And so now Robert Crandall bought shares in open market at $10.32. So we are getting in lower than that. And so this stock should do really well. Analysts have an average target on this at $12 a share, and it should continue to do great. I do a lot of work for this list. So if you could do me a huge favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you would share this with your friends, I'd of course be honored by that. And then please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Another great week should be ahead of us. The cannabis stock should do well. There's lots of other things I think that will do well after research this weekend. Should be another great week for insiders, as typical as this time of year is. I wish you all the best, and Raythoven out.